Good morning, I'm Dave TTC and this is Dave's Cave. Well, today's going to be a little bit different. This is day 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the market challenge and an update. I've run out of time to be able to edit at the end of every day. Last night I got in the shower just after midnight after an early start. I was up at 6:30 this morning. It's getting around 7 now. I've put a load of washing in. I could hardly fit the washing in the washing machine, and I've got a biggish machine. Shirts and pants. Bin out, all of that sort of stuff, just a normal routine. What I'm going to do today is just take you for a brief walk around as I've developed and as I've streamlined the process and I've got into better routines and better habits. For example, this area is nice and clear. These are my almost finished products. They need to be oiled still. I've also got a couple of prototypes of stuff that I might make at some point. Over this side, let's go for a walk, I'll show you. So over here, just basic housekeeping, and in this case it is actually housekeeping. The kitchen sink is clean. This is how I left it last night. Looking back over this side, part of my morning routine is I fill up 4 water bottles and I try to drink at least that much water a day. Coming through this way, the floors are basically clean except for the area under my lathe, because I'm going to be doing more wood turning first thing this morning, and so I didn't worry about cleaning up that area. You'll see my coffee making area. It's nice and clean. Those couple of packets could have been put away, I suppose. But back to the floor. The floor's clean. I can walk through in socks and not pick up sawdust. I can walk in bare feet and not get dirty. My workbench, or the kids' desks, the blue lines, if anyone was wondering, the blue lines were to represent each of the kids' areas. So Tyler over there, Tommy there, Sammy there. And one of the problems I had with the workbench, it was down lower and they would use the seat going back and forth. So they'd use the seats between the breakfast bar and here. Well, this used to be down here and the breakfast bar was up there. Excuse me. And so it meant they were constantly changing the height of their seat, or sometimes they'd have one seat for here and one seat for there. This is a small space, and obviously having the one seat that they can use between both makes it easier. So I put this up higher so that they could just move the seats to and from. But they could also use this as a standing station if they wanted to, depending on what they're doing. So it works all around. It's good having a bit higher. One of the other issues I had was, before it was just balanced on bedside drawers and all sorts of things. It wasn't fixed in any way. It wasn't particularly solid. It kept sliding towards the door, and sometimes you couldn't open the door because the bench was in the way. The other thing is I had an open back here and no shelf. So with an open back, kids would tend to, not deliberately, I hope not deliberately, push things off all the time. So this serves as a bit of protection to stop things falling off the edge and going down the back. For me, using this as my assembly station, as my work area, it means I can have all these tools out, and screws and bits and pieces, sit it up on top, but I've still got the full space underneath. So I'm happy with that. I've told the kids they might not be getting this back. They might end up using the desk in my room, which isn't built yet. But anyway, we'll see. I'm not going to be doing this forever. You wouldn't have seen it yet unless you've looked on my Facebook page, or actually my personal profile, because it's not on my page, is that I've bought my lathe inside. That's my Laguna Rebo 1836. A mate of mine ended up getting the 2436, which means you can turn slightly larger bowls by about, how many inches, 6 inches, or, sorry, my maths is out the window this morning. Still a bit brain dead. These are the plain bodies, and These are the blanks all prepared to turn. So I've got my lathe set up in the middle and I can just get around. These stools and trolleys are fantastic. Like, it just makes workflow so good. I can stack from one to the other, push to the next station, you know, put the trolleys in the appropriate position, and again stack from one to the other. The only problem I have here with these planes is they're round and that becomes a problem to stack. So I've got that set up there. The router's gone closer to the corner, the two drill presses are over there, and I've still got the Capex. I've actually moved the Capex closer to the outfeed table. I didn't need the space, as in the gap between, because my stock wasn't long enough to warrant it. It fits all the way through here, no problem. You know, most of the stuff I'm using isn't any longer than 3 meters to start with. That means I can pull that curtain up and get into my coffee station with much greater ease, and also access the dishwasher. That's about it, I think, for that area there. I haven't got the time to be doing a lot of editing, but I am still filming, and I'm going to go through all of this later. Some of these videos I have an hour of footage, and I'm trying to get it down to, if possible, less than 10 minutes. Well, some of the, you know, there's one day I reckon I've probably got 2 hours of footage. It's not just a case of uploading it. I'll listen to every single bit of it at least once. I only listen to it once if I'm discarding it. Usually it's twice, so that I get the exact point. You know, and I cut out big, huge chunks. I select sections and speed them up for you. And then in those sped up sections, I get the volume level and I drop it down, because hearing high speed work at full volume, it's just not pleasant. Possibly it's not pleasant listening to it in any case, but I like to have some volume there so that you've got an idea of what's happening, but definitely I don't want to be blasting your speakers or whatever you're listening to. Another thing I do, I cough like that sometimes. You don't want that loud, and so I have to edit the sound waves. I get 2 edit points either side of the cough. Those two will stay up at full volume, and then I try to drop it down. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on just to make the videos, and maybe you don't appreciate what goes into it. I'm not saying my videos are great quality, but I'm trying to get better. And Matthew from Midland Pictures, if you are into editing, he's been a great help. Not person one-to-one, YouTube channel. So I'll give a shout out to him. There's a few others that, you know, I watch on YouTube and I've subscribed to, a mate called Robbo, great wood turner. Cuffy, this one's for you, Cuffy, you're right. I think you said in the comments, a clean workshop is a productive workshop, and I feel so much better getting up to this in the morning, and I feel like I'm ready to get going. So anyway, I do need to do that. I've got to get going. I will be getting back to the previous footage and giving you a chance to see it all. This is just a single take, and all I'm going to do is just cut out a few sections. I'll fix that cough that I did a little moment ago. This is still going to probably take me at least 20 minutes, probably longer, to edit, and then it's going to upload and all of that. So anyway, that's the update. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget, like, subscribe and share. And if you have subscribed, or if you're about to subscribe, don't forget to hit the little bell icon so that you get the reminders. Thanks again. Bye for now.